Hello everyone. Due to popular demand, I will be analyzing the United Nations fleet from Expanse. For any new reviewers out there, in these videos we usually look at the different sections on what makes a powerful fleet, such as their overall military, technology, ships, and lastly their strategies and tactics. At the end of this video, we will be doing complete analysis of the fleet to find their strengths and weaknesses. This is my second attempt at this video. When I uploaded the first video, a couple of my viewers pointed out that I didn't go over the newer version of the UNN ship, which was the Nathan Hale Class, and I also missed reviewing the biggest vessel within the UN Navy, which was the Xerxes class. Instead of proceeding to my next video, I thought I could do a better job, so I decided to re-upload this video with extra information. Displayed on the screen are timestamps of where I added additional information, so I hope that helps. United Nations military is mostly made up of their navy. Even though the UN is considered to have the largest navy in the system, the ships are less advanced and are considered outdated compared to their competitor, the Martian Congressional Republic Navy, or also referred to as the MCRN. According to the TV version, the United Nations Navy is commanded by fleet admirals, which is made up of 4 to 5-star admirals. The Navy is made up of different fleets, which protect certain areas of the UN territory. Each fleet is commanded by an admiral. In times of war, the fleet is less structured to accommodate different missions or to reinforce other fleets. As stated before, the UN technology is considered inferior to the MCR. But that being said, the UN ships do have an array of weapons and tech on their vessels which allows them to be a superpower. The most common piece of technology which every faction uses is the Epstein drive. The Epstein drive utilizes magnetic coil exhaust to increase the drive's efficiency, which allows the ship to sustain acceleration throughout the vessel's entire voyage. There's different models of the drive, such as the S-250 series, which is an older, less efficient model used by the Leonidas class battleship. The most standard primary armament used by all warships are missiles, or also referred to as torpedoes, which function the same way as our modern missiles. They're self-propelled weapons which detonate on contact or when near a target. These ships are commonly used during ship-to-ship combat. To help protect themselves from missile attacks, most ships are equipped with a point defense cannon, or PDF for short. This weapon rapidly fires projectiles, which are used to intercept missiles or defend off ships as well. The railgun is the most powerful weapon that the UN possess for ship-to-ship combat. The railgun is large and propels dense metal objects at high speeds, which will go right through a vessel rather than exploding like a missile. Now let's review the different ships that are operated by the UN Navy. The UN Navy supports an array of different escort ships such as the Patrol Torpedo Boat and the Patrol Gunboat. The Patrol Torpedo Boat is also referred to as the PT Boat as well. Both ships are considered outdated and were already phased out by the MCRN with the Morgan class patrol destroyer. The PT Boat and the Patrol Gunboat are smaller warships. I was not able to find the specs for these ships, but they're probably equipped to the lower model of the Epstein drive and require a crew of 10 or less. For armaments, they're most likely equipped with missiles and a point defense cannon. If I had to guess the length of these ships, it would probably be around 30 meters in length, which is a similar length to the Morgan class. Of course, the UN Navy does have more than just 2 support ships within their fleet. Another gunship that's operated within the fleet is the Mulan gunship, which is the smallest vessel within the whole UN Navy. At a size of 27 meters, this ship can carry a standard crew of 4 and a bare minimum of 2. Just like every UN ship, the Mulan is packed with weapons and is built with thick armor, giving the vessel the ability to withstand an attack. The vessel is armed with at least 1 point defense cannon and 2 torpedo tubes. The ship is quite agile due to its Epstein drive and thrusters, but even though the ship is agile, the vessel's system is outdated, requiring the crew to be somewhat skilled to remain combat ready. The United Nations Navy has several older ships within their fleet. Vessels that are outdated like the Phantom class corvette are used for escort duties. Very few of these ships are still in use during the time of the Arrows incident. Due to its size of 42 meters, you would think this vessel had the ability to be on more dangerous missions than just escorting and recon duties. The main issue is even though the ship's hardware has been updated as much as possible, the ship is still limited due to its outdated hardware. Back in the day, the vessel only required 20 crew members to operate the ship, but due to its age, it needs 4 more crew members. The Phantom is no match against more modern vessels, but it still has the capabilities to be in defensive missions. Despite its size, the ship is only armed with a point defense cannons and 2 torpedo tubes. It's also equipped with the Epstein drive as well. Next on the list is the Murphy-class light destroyer, which contains an array of different armaments. Even though this vessel is a light destroyer, it's armed with a max amount of weapons. It has the point defense cannon network, 2 torpedo tubes, and 2 railguns. The Murphy is 102 meters in length, and due to its size is able to be equipped with a powerful weapon like a railgun. Even though this vessel is well armed, its hull is not as thick as other ships within the UN fleet. This ship is quite maneuverable, but it needs a starting crew of 32 to properly operate this vessel, and most of the time these crew members are not trained well enough to properly use the ship's maneuverability. The Murphy class is not the only light destroyer within the UN fleet. The Munroe class light destroyer is slightly bigger and more advanced than the Murphy. At a length of 152 meters, this vessel is mass produced and makes up a big portion of the fleet. The Munroe is a well-balanced ship able to attack and defend. This class of vessel was designed to operate within a group. It has a standard crew of 70 members and is armed with 8-point defense cannons, 5 torpedo tubes, and 1 keel-mounted rapid-fire railgun. The ship's hull is thick enough to take a hit from its enemies and not cause any serious damage. Next on the list is the Leonidas class battleship, which is 270 meters in length. This vessel is smaller than other battleships, and the reason why this class of ship is smaller is to make it less of a target during long-range attacks, which used to be an advantage, but not much anymore due to technical improvements. This vessel is considered outdated and outmatched compared to the MCRN ships. The sad part is, this vessel was already considered outdated even before it entered into service, due to its poor targeting systems and Epstein drive. To correct its targeting issues, the Leonidas was equipped with more armaments, such as the 2 Dawson pattern medium railguns, the 32 signal fire torpedo tubes, and the 23-point defense cannons. This vessel also has 8M type dropships and 920 personnel members. It also houses a good amount of Marines as well. Before we go over the UN flagship, we have to give an honorary mention to 2 other ships. The first vessel was the unused escort ship that was created for season 3 but never used. This vessel was 104 meters in length and was equipped with torpedoes and 7-point defense cannons. Based on the design, it appears to have thick armor and able to take a beating from enemy ships. The next ship on the list is the Auman-Ra class stealth ship. Even though this ship is not part of the UN Navy and was created by a rogue faction, I feel like I had to add this ship to the list, even if it was an honorary mention. This vessel was named after the Hidden One from Egyptian mythology, which is a fitting name since it's a stealth ship. This vessel is 61.5 meters in length and is armed with 1 prototype internally mounted S-24 Copish light railgun, 4 Bush Shipyard hypercooled PDCs, and 2 rapid reloaded torpedo bays. Only 9 of these ships were built, and all of them were destroyed by the time of the Arrows incident. Before we go over the well-known Truman dreadnought, we must go over the Xerxes class battleship, which is a capital ship I often overlook and go straight to the Truman. The Xerxes is the largest warship within the system, at a length of 500 meters. This vessel was named after the Persian king. There were 3 redesigns of the ship to create the right vessel. At the end, the UN created an oversized battleship that could be modified for decades to come. The vessel is armed with a point defense network, 2 railguns, 24 torpedo bays, and 4 grappler cannons. It's also complemented with shuttles, corvettes such as the Phantom class, and skiffs. It also has a standard crew of 1,400. Now let's review the flagship of the UN Navy, which is the Truman class dreadnought. At a length of 375 meters, this vessel was sturdy and reliable. Due to those attributes, it became the longest serving vessel within the UN fleet. It has a standard crew of 1,400 members and UN Marines. This vessel is armed with 2 Farron pattern heavy railguns, 9 auto-loading torpedo tubes. For upgraded versions, there's 15 torpedo tubes, and 42 Redfield ballistic 40mm point defense cannons, and for upgraded versions there's 46 point defense cannons. The dreadnought also has 6 L-type dropship skiffs and 3 repair skiffs. The Truman has 6 Epstein drives and has amazing acceleration capabilities, which allows this vessel to catch up to fast belt ships. This vessel is fitted with the best weapon system that the UN has available, and it can still inflict powerful damage to their enemies, which is surprising due to its age. I guess it shows that the best approach is to spend the time to design a reliable ship like the Truman, then cutting corners to update the fleet, which leads to the creation of the Leonidas class battleship, which was already outdated even before it entered into service. You could argue that the UN has the most powerful navy within the system, and that's mostly due to the amount of ships that they control. In my personal opinion, I feel like the United Nations Navy is an even match to the MCRN. for now. The main issue with the United Nations fleet and their navy is that they're operating and constructing ships that are outdated. The reason why their ships are outdated is a lack of funding they're receiving from their government. Since it doesn't look like they have the ability to construct ships that can compete against the MCRN, they will need to keep on retrofitting their ships that are reliable, such as the Truman, and get rid of ships that are causing issues and slowing down the fleet. Once the UN MCR war started, the UN Navy started working on a newer capital ship that would be more of a threat towards the MCRN. This newer vessel was called the Nathan Hale Class, which was deployed during the Free Navy conflict. I think the UN realized that their competitive advantage against their enemies was slowly losing its advantage, and that they needed to keep on improving their ships to stay on top within their system. They realized that quantity is not always better than quality. The Nathan Hale has 4 Epstein drives and is around 250 meters in length. There seems to be some disagreements about the size of the ship. Some fans state the ship is probably bigger and probably is around 300 meters in length, and some other fans suggest that's around 400 meters in length, which is probably very unlikely. But the most impressive aspect about the ship is its armaments. The vessel is armed with 2 railguns, 6 large bow torpedo tubes, and 18-point defense cannons. The vessel is also complemented with at least 1 L-type dropship skiff. Even though the Nathan Hale is an impressive ship, the Truman is still my favorite UN ship. The overall look of the Truman is not very threatening, but I appreciate a ship that's been in service for a long time due to its reliability and strength. Let me know your opinion about the UN fleet and which ship is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And also don't forget to follow me in my socials as well. Displayed on the screen are 2 other videos you might be interested in. Thank you for watching Utopian broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.